Hi children, how are you? I hope you are all being safe. And this is me, your English teacher, and welcome back to your online class conducting by Surya Vidya Niketan. In the last class, we discussed about what Adil's aunt Rhino's feeling about Kaziranga National Park, and we learned many things which we don't know. So now we have to find out what we understood from the lesson. So let's talk about it. Here from section 1 they asked the question, how do you think the research sections or chaporis constructed by the Indian Army would save the lives of rhinoceroses? And we know that if it rains heavily and Kaziranga gets flooded, the rhinos can take shelter in the chaporis or research sections and remain safe. And if we go to the section 2, they asked the question, how does Adil describe the greater one-horned rhinoceros? Adil said that the famous greater one-horned rhinoceros was an ancient-looking, majestic creature weighing more than 1600 kg, and it was taller than his father. It had thick brown folded skin and a horn. And go to the question number 2. What was Mary Carson's role in saving the rhinoceros population of Kaziranga? And Mary Carson pursued her husband George Carson to ensure that the wildlife is protected and preserved. In this way, she was instrumental in saving the rhino population at Kaziranga from being extinct. And here they gave some sentences and asked us to who said these sentences. And the first one is the Brahmaputra water is cool and comfortable on a hot day. And do you know who said it? Yes, it's spoken by RHINO. The second one is the greater one-horned rhinoceros is listed as a vulnerable species because of excessive hunting and poaching. This is spoken by Adil. Question number 3. The river is lovely to wade in, but it also reminds me of the endless rain and the floods of last year. Yes, these words are spoken by RHINO. They entered the river nearby and began swimming with wild abandon. These words are spoken by Adil. And the next one is, we live in the grasslands and at the foothills of the Himalayas. Yes, these words are spoken by RHINO. Jim Kidd told me yesterday that the Indian Army has now constructed research sections of chaporis for us. Yes, these words are spoken by RHINO. It seems strange to be back now in this concrete jungle after taking in all these sights and sounds of the wildlife. This is spoken by Adil. So many forests are being cut down everywhere that I am glad that she has a safe home here. These words spoken by RHINO. Over the years, I have wandered around Kaziranga and have seen that the park is varied and large. Yes, this is spoken by RHINO. And the last one is, they are excellent swimmers and can run very fast. Yes, these words spoken by Adil. And here we have to talk about the phrases. And phrases is a group of words that stand together as a single grammatical unit. And it do not contain a subject and a verb. And it's often used as a way of saying something. And the meaning of the phrase is often not obvious from the meanings of the individual words in it. And here we have some phrases. What do the phrase in grey mean? the first trickle of tourists means. And here the grey colored phrase is first trickle of tourists. That means they gave the options. Tourists that visit the park in the beginning of January, the first tourists of the season, tourists who had visited the park when it was first opened. Yes, the answer is the first tourist of the season is. And the second question is a tour guide is a person who. Here the phrase mentioned is tour guide and the options they gave are seeks guidance on how to visit a place, tells you about his or her adventures, takes you around a place and tells you about it. Yes, obviously the answer is takes you around a place and tells you about it. And here the third question is a prehistoric era movie is a film. And here the phrase they mention is prehistoric era movie. And let's go to the options. About a time when there was no recorded history, that tells us about ancient history and that was made a very long time ago. Yes, you know the answer is about a time when there was no recorded history. And the question is the park is varied and large means that the park is options are large but doesn't have variety, large and has a huge variety, not very large but has variety. The answer is large and has a huge variety. And question number 5. One thing led to another means. Yes, the phrase they given is one thing led to another. The options they gave one incident brought about other incidents, something provided clues to something else, an event occurred that was not planned earlier. The answer is one incident brought about another incident. And the last one is concrete jungle means. Here the phrase is concrete jungle. Options are a city full of buildings, a concrete buildings in the middle of the jungle, a jungle in the middle of concrete buildings. As the answer is a city full of buildings. And here, given below are a few set phrases that are very commonly used. Match them to their correct meanings. I know you can do it very easily, even though the first one is Hastika's thieves. Yes, the phrase means very close or friendly. And the second one is apple of someone's eye. It means a person who is much loved by someone. And the third one is jumping for joy. Yes, it means very happy. And the next one is a heart of stone, as it means very cold and unfeeling. And the last one is spread like wildfire, as it means spread very quickly. And here are the questions from these lessons. Why were the rhinoceroses not safe a few years ago? How has the situation changed now? And what do the rhinoceros talk about when they meet each other? What do Rhina and her mother usually do on a hot afternoon? Which spot does Rhina's mother take her to? And where will the rhinoceros find safety in Kaziranga gets flooded in the future? Which animals did Adil spot during his visit to Kaziranga National Park? How many different sounds can this rhinoceros make? List the sounds mentioned in the text. And I gave the answers in the next page here, and you can copy it in your notebooks. And here one more question about thing and answer. The first one is, have you watched any prehistoric era movie? Why do you think Adil compared the rhinoceroses and the park to a prehistoric era movie set? And the next one is, whose experience did you enjoy reading about more? The rhinos in section 1 or Adils in section 2? And give reasons for your choice. And here are the answers. And please copy it in your notebooks and send it to me. And if we go to the next section, here we have the contractions. And contraction is the process of becoming smaller. And in English grammar, it's when two or more words combine into one smaller word. For example, here, I am. You can write it I apostrophe M. And here we can use the apostrophe for the hidden letters. And like that, you can write he, she, it is. That means he is, he apostrophe s, she is, she apostrophe s, it's, it apostrophe s. And you are, you can write it you apostrophe re. We, they are. We are, that in the contraction we can write we apostrophe re, and they are we can write they apostrophe re. And here you have some more examples, and in the next page here you can see fill in the blanks with they apostrophe re and their or they are. Here they apostrophe re means they are. Here we have the contraction of they are here. And the question, first one they asked is, the invitation card lying dash on the table is from Arjun's parents. And there the answer is THERE, there. The second one, Arjun's parents are celebrating dash 20th wedding anniversary. Their 20th, THEIR. And dash planning to host a party for 50 people. And here the answer is they are. That means they apostrophe RE. They are. The party will be in dash house. There. THEIR. There. And as they are very fond of collecting art, my parents will gift them a painting. And here also the answer is they apostrophe RE. That means the contraction of they are. And here in the given passage, they ask you to underline all the words that can be contracted. Rewrite the passage with the contractions in your notebook. Here they ask you can write the contractions of some words there. You just underline that words and rewrite it with contractions in your notebook and send it to me. I think you can do it very easily, and please send it to me in my WhatsApp. And also you have to write the question answers too. And thank you. Be safe. Take care.